And always prepare yourself while you're waiting in a situation that you know is just not right. That was my success in getting out of that situation, because while I was in that mess, I prepared myself. I had to be at home with my two kids because of car crashes. Also, I couldn't work, but I was preparing myself because I knew one day that things were going to blow up. I just felt it. So I prepared myself. I went to school and I got 3 degrees. I ended with a master's degree in education because I knew one day I was going to have to leave. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Motivation with Margaret. No one expects to be separated or get a divorce after marriage. When you're standing before God and before your future husband on that beautiful day, you're looking fly, you're so in love, you're not thinking about it in the long run, but life does happen. Life can change, and this video is going to be the first of many videos. I'm a private person, but God has led me to speak about my marriage experience, not telling every detail, but to share with you that you can make it. Life after marriage, part one, is this video. You can make it after marriage, no doubt about it. It took me a long time to have this smile on my face because I was very, very distraught and very hurt after my marriage ended. But you know what? Life happened to me. I can either let it control me and give up on life, or I can pick myself up and go on with life. And I chose to pick myself up and to go on with life. What I want you to get out of this first video: life after marriage. I ignored the red signs. I loved my husband with every ounce of my being. We had 2 children, but he didn't love me back. I didn't listen to the warning signs that God gave me, first of all. I didn't know at the time that they were actually coming from God, but as I look back on hindsight, those warnings were from God. And also, I received warnings from other people who seen my husband in certain situations, and I ignored it. I wouldn't believe it because I loved my husband. I was young and very naive. But today, life after marriage is good for me. Am I where I want to be, being singled, having triumphed through some very difficult times, some very difficult years after marriage? No, I'm not there yet, but I am happy and I am at peace. I still am triumphing to get to where I want to be as a single woman. Will I ever get married again? I hope so. But if it's not in God's will, then I will continue to wait and be humble and continue to walk in the will of God. But we don't know what God has for us. So I want to stop by today to encourage you, as I encourage myself, that life can be beautiful again after marriage. Life after marriage. Please don't ignore the warning signs. I want you to take away from this video, if you're seeing things that just doesn't feel right, just doesn't seem right in your marriage, don't ignore those warning signs, because we as women, our women's intuition is almost always right. We know when something is not right. My husband would work all the time, for instance. He never made time for me. Although I was a stay at home mom for a while, But that wasn't an excuse. Come home sometimes. He would move me to one city and then he would go to work in another city. That was a red sign. And people often ask me about that. Why did your husband move you here to this city and he travels back to another city to go to work? I didn't very much focus on it, but it was a red sign. He didn't want me and whoever he was out there messing with to cross paths. That was a red sign. And always prepare yourself while you're waiting in a situation that you know is just not right. That was my success in getting out of that situation because while I was in that mess, I prepared myself. I had to be at home with my two kids because of car crashes also. I couldn't work, but I was preparing myself because I knew one day that things were going to blow up. I just felt it. So I prepared myself. I went to school and I got 3 degrees. I ended with a master's degree in education because I knew one day I was going to have to leave that situation. I was waiting for my kids to get older and I was waiting to prepare myself for the right time to exit a situation where I was depressed and miserable. Life after marriage, I can smile again. I'm free. I didn't think I would be there. I didn't think I would get to this place because it broke me to have to exit my marriage. But I was in a marriage where I was in love with that person, but they didn't love me back. And infidelity and cheating over and over and over. And I got drained mentally, got tired of forgiving. As a woman of God, yes, we're supposed to forgive, but over and over and over the same thing. He took me for granted. He knew that I loved God. He knew that I was walking with God. And he took that as a reason to do what he did because he assumed that I'm always going to forgive him for cheating. Well, enough is enough when there were kids being created outside of my marriage. That was it for me. And I'll talk about that in another video. But from this video today, I'm not going to keep you long. I want you to, if you're in a position, let me put uh, what do you call it? Let me put this out here. I can't think of the word right now. But I'm not telling anyone to leave their marriage. I'm just helping you and hopefully encouraging you to know that you're going to be all right if you're facing a situation where you feel like separation is coming or divorce is coming and you don't know how you're going to make it. You can make it after marriage. I never imagined not being with my husband because I married for better or for worse. But do not continue to take me for granted and use me like I am something to walk all over all the time. No, no, no. I'm not having that. So God gave me the strength. God gave me the direction. God gave me the right time to exit that situation. Put yourself in this position and be strong. Stop trying to hold on to someone and keep someone who doesn't want to be kept. Stop causing pain to yourself. I found out in my situation, I used to tell my husband, I'd be glad when you leave because it was at that point he was stressing me out and I was tired of crying. And he said to me, I'm already gone. So I say to you, although they're physically there, but if things are at a place where there's no happiness and peace and it's just constantly turmoil, they've already left. That physical body is there, but they have left. As my ex said to me, I'm already gone. I'm like, wow. Next, I want you to don't blame yourself if your marriage is on a rock and things are headed to separation or divorce. We tend to blame ourselves. Don't do that. I'm not pretty enough. I'm too fat. I'm this, I'm that. No, no, sweetheart. It's not your fault. There's nothing we can do when someone doesn't love us. We can't make them love us. So don't blame yourself. He's leaving or already have left because of his decision, his choices, not yours. It's not your fault. And finally, don't give up. Never give up. You can make it after marriage. I am a living witness. My story is so painful, so powerful, and my story is victorious because I am a living witness that God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we're able to ask or think of Him. He's able to put us back together again. So stop your weeping, wipe your tears away, and just prepare yourself. We can't make people love us. Can't. Either they love us or they don't. There's nothing you can do to make them love you. If they want to exit your life, you know what? It might be a blessing in disguise. I know my situation was. My marriage ending was a blessing in disguise. I'm going to stop there because I have so much to talk about. And I want you to be encouraged. I want you to wipe your tears away and know that ending a relationship is not the end of the world. You're going to be fine. I know you don't feel like you're going to be, but you are. You're going to be just fine. Just prepare yourself mentally, physically, and financially because life does happen. So God bless you, and I'm praying for you. I will keep you in my prayers because I know what God can do. I know what God can do when it seems like there's no way out, when it seems like it's impossible. Life after marriage can be beautiful. It takes a while for God to work on you and to restore you. God is in the restoration, healing business, and He will make everything all right. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening, stopping by and listening to my video. And I will look forward to making the number 2, Life After Marriage, part 2. And I will keep you at the center of my thoughts as I'm making these videos. It's not for me. My videos are for you. So thank you again. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you find this information helpful for you. And things will be all right. Eventually, everything is going to work out in your favor. Just trust God. Love you guys. Bye.